Previously on Test C Teams.
I like to imagine that I saw that lightning go off and was very impressed. Nice one, Walnut!
Walnut just goes, Hi! What are you doing in space?
Imagine that it is being split at 4 points around the beam.
Oh, the planet, yeah.
That it is opening wide, like a claw, like a manipulator. And it is rising below the ship toward the Sangolith. You awake in your beds. The beloved letter, perhaps a mark of pride, perhaps just a point on your journey. Member in good standing, Acquisitions Incorporated. Especially for a brand new franchise, it's an incredible opportunity maybe to save some gold. So we're gonna go ahead and get started with the campaign next week. I'm super excited about it.
Time is the enemy, the past, it threatens the fastest weapon. You wouldn't make it past a second, and that's the question. Play it brash and reckless, or choose a cautious solution you thought was prudent. In any sepulcher, pulchritude will become the putrid. It's that wealth that I'm pursuing. No mountain too steep or dungeon too deep to send expendable marks up to the top of the peak or beneath. They see you bleed, they come like sharks to it, while I swim in that money bin like Carl Barks drew it. So send your national parks druid, I'll send them home in a natural box with a closed top and most of the parts included. Save your breath for a cleric confessor. Death is a lesson and life is a tenured professor. But if you're seeking my official advice, sign on the dotted line and initial it twice.
Hello, I am Tycho Brahe of Penny Arcade and PAX. I'm also a Minifus Hereward Drawn CEO of Acquisitions Incorporated. But today, I'm Jeffrey K. Horcrims, your internet friend, and I'm here to run a game of Dungeons & Dragons for my friend, to my right, a coherent beam of Lathander's will, Evelyn Marthay. Woo! 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 I'm into it. I like it. To the right of my right, repping the natural world, Walnut Dawn Grass Kakra.
Kakra. Thank you. This is
Kakra. So obviously, this being the second episode, we're just trying to help you understand what sorts of gestures you should be making when characters are introduced.
I assume everyone's following along at home.
Oh, yeah, they're playing the home game.
You gotta.
Now, to my left, not your grandma's grandma, except in those rare cases where she is your grandma's grandma. We're going to get into all this, believe it. Rosie Beasting.
Oh, Dinar, are you in there?
Who's
Dinar?
To the left of my left, emerging as though from a mist shroud, Cathris Drow.
Oh, incredible.
Oh my guardian man.
I don't know, what is this? I still don't
Draw
know.
hand jobs.
Oh, okay.
He just immediately stops doing it.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's like
no, thank you.
once every person like realizes the full extent of how tawdry they are being, no one wants any part of it. It's like you didn't really want to know, he didn't want to tell you, but then the reality of it was a lot.
It's sort of become like commonplace though. Like it's like a deep greeting. You know?
Yeah.
A deep greeting.
A greeting from below.
Removed from its context.
You know, dolphins use sex as a handshake. Perhaps Drow do as well.
Well, there you
6E.
go.
I was going to say 6C. It's like down in the character. It's like character notes. There's a whole breakout box. Here's the underground sex shit you can do. D10. Get your D10 out.
Just a gesture. That's it.
All right, now, obviously, very, very excited. First season. What a coup to get. Don't laugh. We're trying to sell it.
I wasn't laughing.
I
had something in my throat.
We're doing our best. Of course, we're overjoyed to be partnering with Idle Champions, Code Name Entertainment, back in it to win it. Now, every time we play the game, as you put bits toward your favorite characters, or characters you think may need a little grease in the wheel, I get what you might consider a shadow bit as well. What? My own cauldron fills and even swells, potentially swells.
Turgid.
With, you know what?
Yes.
If I had known that you were going to be like this. But in any case, my cauldron grows with power. And then once it reaches its, oh God, I don't want any more help from you. Once it reaches its zenith, the whole thing's fucked up now. Here's how many. All right, so here comes the bar. What I'm trying to say is obviously, from last week, those of you, oh my Lord.
Nice.
So I guess we should consider doing this for next season. It seems like this integration works pretty good.
For the podcast, we're at 90%.
Exactly. Now, here's the key. Here's the key for you. Thank you so much, obviously, for putting work toward Omen's quests this last time. The cauldron, of course, the voting was between sword and shield, although what exactly that might represent will be left to the fullness of the game.
Certainly not pocket monsters.
No, absolutely not. My son was not a part of this decision matrix at all. But that's the plan. And of course, obviously, if you're a longtime player, of course, there's gold chests available in the chat as well. Let's move forward. So when last we saw our heroes, after experiencing a range of emotions throughout their ill-fated trip in the deeply broken and quite possibly lethal test market.
Son of a bitch.
Inside the door frame, placed there incorrectly by one James Winifred Dark Magic, the third. Our friends having defeated, or at any rate, outsmarted cats, vagabonds, and potentially other malign intellects as well. They have been deposited with deep finality into each of their respective beds. Now understand that the upstairs of the small inn called the Drawn and Courtier, upstairs it has 2 sets of 4 rooms, but each of these 4 rooms is gathered around a very small, let's say, nominal. That is like I said about the shadow bits, there's the cauldron right there. One might say nominal shared meeting room, really no place to sit, potentially a place to stand depending on the races our characters have chosen. Very small round table, moldering, not fully a bookcase. I would not put any book upon this case that you wanted to see again. But that is where we left it. You have the warmth is deeply calibrated to the care and feeding of mortals. You are refreshed, rejuvenated. All hit points have been returned. This is what we call in the game a long rest.
Nice.
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
You deserve it.
Good, because it was bad. it was bad.
Well, yeah, there's no question, and I think it's actually an open question. How many would-be franchise members are simply devoured by the test market proper? Something to consider.
knows.
So here's a question.
Indeed.
I have so many questions.
Do you?
Are we level 10 in our beds? Do we feel a strength of a level 10?
Oh, yeah. What they might have called in our old MMO days, 10 seasons.
Okay. All right.
See, I'm bringing it back.
But we have no memories.
You have plenty of memories.
Do we have memories of everything that happened in the test market?
Everything that happened in the test market, absolutely.
Everything that happened in the test market.
Yes, exactly right.
Everything that happened.
Not anything that might have happened outside of a test market in an alternate world where we were adventuring for 10 levels.
Yeah, and there's obviously, scholars and poets, they may argue over some of the particulars. But the test market is a more than appropriate level of camaraderie. I would say challenges were faced. Obviously, the great thing where you sewed up the very fabric of reality in your spider form, I mean, that drove the channel wild, as you'll recall.
Yeah, totally. So does Evelyn not remember her friends?
Evelyn does remember her friends, and they live in Waterdeep.
Okay.
You said we all woke up in our respective rooms. Did I wake up in my room?
You have a current room. This is just something you're trying for now.
What does it look like?
Let's see. So in this room, I think that you are technically the second room from the right. So this room has a small window on the north-facing wall. There is what a considerate diplomatic person would call curtains.
Are they like Instagrammable curtains? Like, how is the decor?
Oh, you want a decor that you can apply a hashtag to? Let me tell you.
She's put a lot of work into the Waffle House, and she does that because it makes her selfies and Witch streams much better.
Well, absolutely. So consider this. This could be called a canvas. No doubt a backwater like Red Larch would offer considerable floral opportunities to the enterprising home decor individual.
Evelyn spends much of her waking moments considering how this room could be such a great canvas, and then realizes she has no idea where she is or how she got here. So she's going to get up and
Absolutely.
leave.
Yeah, absolutely. So you emerge first into the shared room, which is very small, and you have to stand up a little bit, float, as they say, around that circular table, and then sort of slip out the front. And the first thing that greets you here is a polished wooden banister, a set of stairs on the left that goes down into an inviting common room.
That she would recognize because she has been to the Drawn and Courtier.
Yeah, she can. This starts to. This might start putting you at ease. At least this is something of a familiar place. You have. It's possible that there might be wisps of memory of someone trying to marry this house, or maybe that's not right. Maybe the memory is wrong. Maybe it was a wedding at the house, and there was just a lot of mead.
There was a lot of decorations.
Yes.
I think Evelyn was a little bit under the weather at the time.
Yeah, exactly. And then, the fever, takes all of us in its way and, leaves behind strange memories.
But even dreams, even dreams are...
Even here.
Yeah. So she's going to do what any house guest would do and try to help straighten up until everybody wakes up. So she starts cleaning.
Okay, well, when you come down, each thing is perhaps an inch wrong.
Absolutely.
In its way, they have, it's like a flocking behavior, you think, for the furniture. It's all a little wrong, but they're all wrong in the same way. So a calibration should not be too difficult.
She might move the couch to face the other direction.
It's like this.
Yeah.
Face outside the window. Okay, bold, zesty even.
Right.
So as you're doing this, it's very clear that someone was simply kneeling temporarily behind the bar. And when they stand up, they say, "You are saving me a lot of time."
Is it someone I recognize?
You don't. You do not recognize her.
Well, good morning.
She has dark skin, straight, silken black hair with red at the edges, and a red robe that you think might be more appropriate at court. Although she has done her best to make it seem a little distressed. Although you know that at a moment's notice, should the cart arrive, she could perfect this and perform.
This is a nice place. I think I've been here before, but I don't recognize you. I'm Evelyn.
She says, "I don't recognize you. I'm usually not here. Which one are you?"
I'm the servant of Lathander one.
She reaches down and starts looking through some mail and just opens the mail And she says, I'm going to close it. As soon as I'm done, I'm going to close all the mail back up.
Oh, okay.
Okay. She says, I don't know which one that is. She puts the mail back underneath.
I'm the.
And she says, that's not a problem.
Oh, okay.
It's not a problem that I don't know who it is.
That's
Because I'm not here usually.
okay. Neither am I think.
I think we can, maybe that'll be our thing.
Oh, we have a thing already.
Maybe not, maybe like not knowing who the other one is. This can be our thing. Like I'll come in and be like, oh, you, and then,
I don't know you.
and then we'll pretend to do the high five, but we won't really do it.
Right.
Because our
We'll be,
level of intimacy isn't there. We haven't approached that.
Right. This is cool. I've never
Yeah.
had a not friend before.
I like what we have going here. Do you
It's really
drink?
special. Sure.
Do you drink
time is
at
it?
9 in the morning?
I mean, what is time, really?
That is an excellent answer.
That's right.
She
Glad
disappears.
Chris didn't hear that.
She disappears. Behind there, you can tell that there is a little walkway. And judging from the rest of the structure, there must be some other region back there. And then you hear like the loud glug of something leaving a large wooden vessel. You hear a couple pewter mugs clink together.
I rearranged the mail that you left with me.
She comes out, sets the 2 mugs down, and then in doing so, like effortlessly screws the mail up. Just as just in a certain field around her, you can sense as someone who appreciates order that she is the enemy of that force. And it's not conscious, it's not purposeful, but you think that that the optimal region to encounter her from is from between 5 and 10 feet away, especially if you have some place that you might want to go later.
A force of chaos.
Yeah.
I'm used to those.
Yeah, you've seen it. You've
I'm
seen
around
it
a lot
before.
of that. Yeah. Well, I'll sit and drink with her while I wait for more clarity.
Well, yeah, that drinking is a generally speaking a good catalyst for that.
Usually someone shows up and explains something to me. I'll just wait.
Bust out of my room, which is the same room. As you recall, Rosie and Walnut were in the same room.
Yes. At the beginning.
At the beginning.
Yeah, for
Our
the snuggles.
First exit of the test
First
market.
exit
Yeah.
of the test market. And I'm pinning on an Acquisition
Oh,
Incorporated pin.
you're ready to flex on him?
And I'm just saying very quietly, I'm like, oh man, I did it. I did it. And I look back at Rosie and I say, we did it.
Did I wake up in Walnut's? Well,
We should
What
do
else I've
whatever
done?
we can to maintain that as much as possible.
okay, I agree. Okay, so I've been awake for a while, but I'm sitting up in bed when you wake up, and like the hair is out of the bun and out of the braids and is just kind of cascading down, and I've got a cup of ostensibly a teacup, but it's empty because I've just been holding it for a while.
And now it's cold.
And now it's cold, and I'm staring off into the middle distance. And when you come out of your trance or whatever, when you awaken and you're like, oh, and you start putting on your stuff, I don't move. I am in a state of shock. And you exit the room, whispering about Omen to yourself.
Does Rosie have memories
Yeah,
that the rest of us don't have?
I don't think so.
I thought we didn't have any memories of what occurred on the Sanguilith.
But
Okay,
it is.
tell me what I remember, what I don't.
Yeah.
You said I have all kinds of memories.
Yeah. There was a brief encounter with the Sanguilith during the initial test market run, if you may recall.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
So-
he meant like you have generic memories. One contains memories, is what he meant.
Yes.
Yeah, that's very Jerry.
Mine
say.
do.
Cathris, who's Jerry?
Yeah.
Cathris knows perfectly well.
So what's the last thing I remember?
The last thing you remember is waking up in this bed. But the rest of the memories that you have just before that are of going through a succession of ever more surreal versions
Right.
of the place that you woke up in.
Okay. And so the last place we were in was was that the Jim Dark Magic TGI Fridays?
I think it was the farm ice.
Oh, the mice? The
Yeah,
farm mice?
farm mice.
Yeah.
Farm mice, okay.
The Gym Dark Magic TGI Fridays was the first
Yeah.
tormented iteration
Sorry.
with the themed drinks.
It's literally been 2.5 years, so.
Oh,
hard to
nobody,
remember.
absolutely no one is mad.
But I think I still stick by my initial role play.
Sure,
Because
yes.
I did used to just be a very tiny person riding around on a mouse.
Yes.
And so I sensed no gaps in my memory, right?
No.
Just gone.
No, it just basically, you had made this decision.
Okay.
You were stepping away from a previous life and founding a new one.
Okay. So same deal. Holding a teacup, thinking about being a tiny mouse rider, and that giant cat, which was pretty frightening, if I recall correctly. It's been so freaking long. And I watch you go, sort of passively, but I don't say anything.
So have you left the room?
Oh yeah, I'm like wandering downstairs ready to strut my stuff.
Perfect.
Nice.
If you'd be so kind, Josh.
You fall down the stairs in D&D and real life.
Yeah, exactly. So as you describe for me the facial expression and overall body language as you open the door and enter this new life.
So inside, she's like beaming with happiness, and she is just so excited. But outside, her face is dead, and she is just like this, stoic little elf, and she almost like punches it open, and takes like a very stiff step, like almost like a like I am walking into my house for the first time kind
Yeah.
of step
Nice.
into the world.
As the door swings open, the door in the front swings open simultaneously. And the woman you see there
Yes.
has blonde hair tinged with red.
Stop it.
Any whiffs? Are we getting anything?
Yeah, this is sort of a strawberry
Is there a
type
smell?
scent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on her back is a loot of. There's something odd about it, but it's not quite clear. It's of strange make, essentially. Could be from far away. And as the door opens at the bottom, and as your door opens up, she just looks up at you, and the left side of her mouth sort of curls up to reveal like a playful incisor. Thank you.
Okay.
I looked.
I eat it. I eat her teeth.
I look down at her and I think that's weird, and then I carefully descend the stairs, and I see.
Carefully.
Well, because she's it's new life, wanna be whatever.
yeah.
Also, you said that she fell down the stairs, and she sees Evelyn, and then she sees two other people that she doesn't know.
Yeah.
She has stranger danger, and so
Yeah.
she goes and hangs out with Evelyn, and it's just like, we did it. We're members of Acq Inc. now.
Oh, we are?
Yeah. And then she goes to high five you.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
Rewriting history. This is so good.
Amazing.
Ryan always denied my high fives, so.
He would self high five.
I mean, who?
This is the first high five at this table. Incredible.
Incredible.
What a success.
Walnut feels so good.
Evelyn's like looking around, not sure why that high five was so special, but she's like, cool.
Walnut doesn't get why it was special either, but for some reason it was.
It just still feels.
There was like a moment, like the hands met, and they were both like,
Whoa.
There's a power here.
no, in her heart, she knows.
Do we have memories of Evelyn going through the test market with us?
Yeah, absolutely. She was absolutely required. The ability to float over gaps, certainly.
So useful.
When there's no such thing as the ground, that's the sort of thing that comes in handy.
She
does
saved us.
Evelyn remember that?
She does. There's a very specific memory, as I suggested. I mean, obviously it was only last week, so let me catch you up. There was in one of these junctures, in one of these strange places. Most of them, other versions like Quadrant 1 enhanced, like stretched out versions of this in. One version of this in stretched beyond recognition until the wood planks of the floor looked almost like a desert plain, with the cracks being sun-baked into it, where you had to contend with a cat as the entire place had been made very large. But now you're here. The cat is a regular size.
That's a good size.
And that's
for
a
cat.
comfort. That's a comfort. Because cats are fine, like, at a certain threshold. And then once they get much bigger than that, now it's trouble.
Evelyn's probably chasing the cat. Come here, baby, come here.
The cat does not run, but it also does not want attention. It just sort of, it bends as though blown in a breeze. It's like a Weeble, like it's gimbaled or something. It is just, hey, has some capacity to avoid affection that is unique among cats.
This will occupy Evelyn for a while.
The woman who has entered nods to the woman behind the counter and says, "Teacher," and begins to takes a few steps over to the side of the wall where the stairs descend, and there is a small stage near to a sort of a pot-bellied stove.
Evelyn walks up to the wall and she's like, Acquisitions Incorporated, isn't that Omen Drawn's company?
Yes, it is. It absolutely is. Omen's great.
I think he is great.
Yeah.
Do you talk to him a lot?
No, oh my God, no. No, I've never talked to him, but one day, I will talk to him, and he will be talked at.
Yeah?
Find
What
me-
will you say to him?
Oh my God. Well, I haven't gotten that far yet, but I will practice it. And once I practice it, then I'll be ready.
Do you think he's like a kind person?
Oh, absolutely. No, he must be. He absolutely is. I mean, why else would he have invited, someone like me to join Acquisitions Incorporated?
That's a good point.
He must be kind.
I mean, if that many people are working with you, then you have to have some sort of special something.
Yeah, exactly. Why else would everybody follow you into battle?
Right. Probably the only way to find true success is through kindness and righteous behavior.
Oh boy, here she goes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's right.
Yeah.
Sure.
So he must be great.
Yeah, so he's great. We can both agree on this.
Cool.
I feel like I've met him before.
Audra's face behind the bar looking at this has grown increasingly pinched until it's possible to conceive that all of her facial features now occupy a very small space, perhaps no more than 2 inches across in the very center of her face.
Walnut takes a minute, and then she says, "We have to get down to official business."
Oh, okay.
And she goes over to the stairs, and she passes by the visitor, the
Yeah.
blonde visitor, and she gives her a little side eye, and she takes a step too far around her, like giving her too wide a berth, and she shouts up the stairs.
As you give her that berth, she says, "I don't bite, unless you want me to."
God.
And then
Stop it!
and then she looks down at the fretboard and she says, "I'd be into it." And then she starts to tune it.
Walnut is completely flustered, and she goes to call up the stairs, and her voice cracks, and then she
And she laughs. She just laughs there. She giggles to herself on the stool.
Walnut blushes all the way up to her ears. But then she shouts, Acquisitions Incorporated, assemble!
Nerd.
I'm the nerd?
The door of Cathrissa's room flies open. No,
Excuse me?
the test continues.
What?
The test continues.
Walnut walks up the stairs. I'm sorry, what are you saying?
This is not Mask of Many Faces. I have a female body that is much younger now. and I have all my power back. When I came here, I felt like a level 3. You know what I mean?
But like a New York 3.
Like a 3. This is a 7 anywhere else. But now I surge with energy. Somehow the must have appropriated another god's power. And it has given me this gift. Even Omen could not keep it from me.
What? Why would Owen want to keep anything from you?
Omen's great.
Yeah, we've already
Was he?
established this.
Was he great when he dropped me off in the alley behind this building? Without a way to discover why I had lost my memory?
I come out of Walnut's room, like putting the last pin in my bun, and I'm like, is this what this warlock's gonna be like?
I hope not.
Oh, yes. And worse. So bad. You have no idea.
This and more.
Okay.
And often. Like this, but multiple times a
Wait,
day.
so how come Cthulhu has his memories? Their memories.
So Cthulhu doesn't know anything other than he was a boy, and then he woke up and is now a much younger female
Oh,
body.
so Cthulhu has
His
their female
old
body. Okay.
memories.
Yeah, I still have the same body. We still have our levels, our bodies
Sure.
from then.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So we've just forgotten where we are.
I
Is
see.
what I think
Okay.
is
All right.
happening.
Got it. All right.
But-
This is not
but-
time travel.
I assume that the in its wisdom,
Yes.
has restored this power to me.
Wouldn't Rosie actually be younger too? Because didn't the age loss happen after that?
Yeah, that happened in Chult.
She hasn't looked in a mirror yet. Oh my God, look in a mirror.
You older?
I bet her joints feel better.
It depends.
Supple.
God. Oh boy, Jerry, I really don't know where I.
You talk to your boy C. Perk.
Oh boy. So yeah, C-Perk took 10 years off of Rosie's bod, but I guess that was in the memories that got lost. So I think right now I'm just feeling invigorated.
Oh, yeah.
You think it's just a good day.
God, it feels like I'm 110 again. What a day. What a great day.
Yes.
And it's like that small town, and it's like that sunshine coming in. It just seems a little more pure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Listen, team, I know that everybody's really excited about all their new power. Thank you, Acquisitions Incorporated.
That's
And
impressive.
Oh, I'm sorry, who?
Lathander. All power truly comes from Lathander. Acquisitions Incorporated might have been the vessel, but
You remember the hours we spent in the test market with Evelyn proselytizing Lathander?
Oh, how could I forget? I'm sorry. I must have
Right?
blacked it out.
Gosh, that's all I
all
can
praise
remember.
his holy name.
We have to do 2 things. First, we have to see if there's any tasks for us.
Obviously, yes.
Obviously.
Yes.
And then 2, I really have to thank that cat for getting us
What
out
a
of the
good
test
cat,
market.
right? Was it?
Did you smell that lady downstairs? She smells good.
She does smell
Should I
good.
tell her? I'm gonna tell her she smells good.
Oh my God.
Do you think she's single?
What is wrong with you?
Do you want me to ask? I could ask.
I'm feeling robust
Yes.
today, all right? I'm
Yes.
feeling myself.
We should all
I'm
smell
in my
her.
oats.
We can all go smell her together.
What if she's a client? You can't be smelling clients.
Cthulhu? I'm pronouncing that right?
Yes.
What is this? What's this thing?
It's very bright. It's so bright in here.
We gotta get you a hat or something.
Yes. I think that's wise.
Okay, so I'll go
Evelyn
downstairs.
has a hat.
Let's
It,
look.
it has
Yeah.
it has horns. It looks like a. On the inside, it says you can barely make it out, but it says Binwin on it. She doesn't remember where she got it, but she has it, and she gives it to you.
I don't know if I'm classed to wear this grade of armor, but it'll do for now.
It's gonna tip a little bit. You might
Too much?
It's very heavy.
you might have to put something in there, but that would only make it even more ungainly.
It's like, it's not because I'm weak that I'm taking it off.
Tasks.
Oh,
I
yeah.
guess tasks sound good. Let's do some tasks.
Let's do some tasks.
But it seems like you were seeking someone out.
I wanted to
that correct?
thank the cat real quick.
Yeah, that's a very. I mean, from what we've seen so far, that's a pretty walnut play.
Okay, well, Rosie, I say, you know what? You should get the mail.
Happy to. I can also cook some breakfast if anybody's hungry.
Oh, do
Get
not
something.
cook the mail.
I will. I will not cook the meal. Come on, I know you don't know me very well, but I'm better than that.
Okay.
All right.
We're all just getting to know each other.
I business-like shuffle
Someone
down the
already got
stairs.
the mail. I would introduce you, but we're just not like that.
Audra nods to you, and then puts a few envelopes up on top, and she's like, "Yeah, this usually isn't my thing. You can have any of this mail that you want, and then I'll just explain it to Profo later."
Rosie takes 98% of the mail.
Yeah, she's like, that seems good. Definitely get that. That looks like a bill. Let me keep that one actually.
You said I could take anything
Oh,
I
if you
wanted.
really want it, you can have it.
It's a it's a bill over the shoulder.
So, she looks over at you because you're her sort of acquaintance,
Whatever.
and she says, "Yeah, the general is gone today.
The general?
The general is not here. The general is out.
The
But I am
general.
in. Not that it helps.
The general is out.
Yeah, but really,
Yeah, the general is out.
no, she's really out.
Like out, like last season out?
no, she's
or-
out.
Out of the closet.
No, she'd be. Oh, there she is. And she points over toward the front of the window, and you see what looks like a deer levitating off of the ground.
What?
You can just sort of see the silhouette of a deer sort of sailing in front of the main window.
General.
The general's a deer. Cool.
And then the door opens at first, but there is no one there.
Okay.
And then you see just a strong, solid hand hold the door open, and then they work the antlers and head of a deer in. And you can see the deer is over.
Is the deer okay?
No, the deer is deeply, deeply not okay. And she comes in, ducks in, and grieves, classic war scenario, like ready for a war that Red Larch will never see from the waist down. From the waist up, party. Tight wrap over the top, comes in, and Audra says, "You can't bring that in here." And the woman who enters says, "It's my place." And Audra says, "It's my place." And then they kiss over the bar, and she brings it. It's like a very sophisticated kind of maneuvering puzzle, but she is able to get this creature deeper into the inn where she can work on it.
Nasty. But also cool. As a druid, I'm into it.
Death is just a part of life, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's that cat?
The cat is just trying to find whatever point of the room is farthest away from Evelyn.
The cat's tired.
The cat is there.
So I go up to it, and I use talk with animals, of course, speak with animals. Chit chat with animals.
Oh, you know.
Dish with animals.
Dish with animals. Fuck, that's it.
No, dish with beasts.
Dish with beasts. And I dish with this beast. And I say, I have to thank you for what you did in there. You spared those mice so that we could escape.
It says, long ago, perhaps.
No, mere moments ago, last night.
You are an addled creature.
What?
Thank you.
You are
Thank you.
an addled creature.
I don't know why.
Me either.
Why are you saying that?
Because we've had this conversation already, and a cat's time is precious.
Whoa.
I just thought I would thank you for the help. What do you mean we've had this conversation before?
So this is what I would expect from a farmhouse,
Okay.
but it is not what I expect of a druid.
When did we have this conversation?
I need you to roll an insight check.
Well, good thing I'm good at them. Oh, 13.
That's not sufficient.
Well, then I use 4 charges to re-roll.
Okay, yowza.
Get it.
Oh my
It's
God.
a 2. It's an 11.
This is a good new start. We should just take it.
I'm the one. Now I'm the one that rolls bad.
Walnut and her 4s.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God.
Weird.
Weird. Okay, so
The cat
Get
says.
nothing
The
off
cat
of it.
says, and so you were to live here again
what do you mean
and
again?
bedevil me
I just got here.
and bedevil me again
I was going to give you a chicken or
a
something.
4th time.
I'm sorry, a 4th time?
I'm sorry, a 4th time?
I'm sorry, a 4th time?
Onyx begins just flagrantly bathing in the middle of the conversation.
Butthole.
Full
Full butt. Okay.
bathe.
Great.
The leg
I
up.
avert my eyes because I hate watching cats do that. And I say, "Are you telling me that we did that 4 times? The test market?
How dumb are those mice? I was getting into
4
trouble.
times.
At least.
So we keep doing the same thing?
The cat says, I can tell that you are a creature in need of instruction.
I guess.
You strike me as a creature in whose wake there are many chickens.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
Yes.
Alas, I could not procure a chicken right now, but I could produce many chickens at a later time.
Onyx says, I would travel with you for a while
Okay.
and make sure you do not injure yourself until my price has been paid.
Okay. All right.
Or else what?
Yeah. Walnut's like, okay, cool cat, but I guess I get a cat friend. Walnut goes over to the rest of the team
Says, we have a cat now.
and says, "We have a cat. We're adopting it together. You get it on weekends."
Oh my gosh, really? Oh.
And she says, "So the cat just said something funny.
What did it say?
One, it's going to travel with us, so
Cool.
you're welcome. But also that we've done this 4 times.
Done what 4 times?
Been here, lived here, had that conversation."
No.
You heard this from a cat.
No.
The cat's very wise.
Can I use divine sense
Yeah.
just to kind of check out my surroundings? So I would know, I would detect good and evil, and then I
Yeah.
also will know the location of any celestial fiend or undead.
Absolutely.
Evelyn just kind of does a like,
So yeah, show me where. So yeah, this is the configuration. Remember, when the show starts, it's like this. Okay, so you tell me what that looks like when you're gazing. Because I assume it's something you were either trained to do, or it's something Evelyn is going to do in a particular way.
it's almost imperceptible unless you're looking for it, but there's just like a shimmer that kind of goes out like a boom from her, like a radar sense, like a ping. So
You have never. I'll put it this way. You have never felt it's like you awoke with a sense of purpose, but you have never felt so near Lathander. Like Lathander is twinkling in every surface, and the only thing that you get aside from that is a strange one, and that is sadness. It's like what sort of weight? What sort of weight would dim that brow?
What do you mean?
I'm saying that you get this sense not only that you are nearer than ever, but that something is weighing on Lathander.
Oh, okay.
Your power is not diminished. That conduit is strong, but you can tell that it's coming from. There's just an inflection in it.
Okay. And so, like, as far as my surroundings, there's nothing particularly good or evil and nothing, like, surprising or anything. It's just that
No.
as I reach out with my senses to my God.
No, there's
It's
nothing.
very-
There is
okay.
nothing but comfort.
You said it's almost imperceptible.
Yeah.
The motion. Yeah, you'd have to look.
for it.
I guess it sounds like.
I think I want to see if Rosie notices.
I want to look.
I want to look. I'd like to see. Is that a perception? Is that what you
Yeah.
mean? Okay. 8.
She makes a habit of trying to, like, kind of do it imperceptibly.
Like, be
because
cool.
Yeah, because people get kind of, like, they get freaked out when she's, checking if they're good or evil.
Right. It's like Google Glass. Like,
Yeah.
No, it's like there's some places you can't even use divine sense. Like
Right.
some restaurants and like bars, like
People
they're
have
like,
chewed
no,
her out for
not
it
in here.
before. Yeah.
Yeah.
People
20
just
feet
don't
away
get
from the
it,
door.
but yeah.
I noticed nothing except that you were gleaming with your usual radiance, to which I've become greatly
Yeah,
accustomed.
yeah, deeply accustomed. So you're flipping through
Yeah.
this stack of mail, and there is one piece of mail, one scroll that has a symbol you suspect you may be seeing more often.
Okay.
A red wax seal bearing the insignia of Acquisitions Incorporated.
Okay. Okay. So I chuck the rest of the mail over my shoulder. I'm like, this one looks good. Got that symbol that we like. Crack it open, and I don't even give Walnut a chance. I'm just like, I'm the mail person. All right, I'm reading it. What's it say?
It is a priority task granted to the Red Larch branch
Okay.
in an area. So you know that the area to the east of here is called the Somber Hills.
Yes.
There's many rumors about how it might have come to be that way, but there is also in this this hilly expanse a sort of federation of small nations called the Somber Kingdoms.
Okay.
And so it's with great luck that you can secure an initial job so near to Red Larch, your base of operations. It is, the request comes from King Galur, but it is care of Sybil Lath. And Sybil doesn't look like a name. It looks like it might be a title
Oh, okay.
of some kind, like the way that the script is entered. It doesn't seem like it's her first and last name.
Got it. Okay.
It's more like an official.
Honorary.
Yeah, exactly. And it is, as I suggested, a priority task. And it in the field for what is being asked, it simply says consultancy, and then it says details upon arrival.
Any gold amount on there?
The gold amount is 600 gold
Oh,
pieces.
okay.
So this is priority, and it's only consultancy.
It just says consultancy.
Yeah, so this seems like easy money.
Consultants always get paid the most.
That's true. Okay. I read this aloud to everybody, and when I see the 600 GP, I say, "Oh gosh, it's for 400 GP." And roll it back up.
That's a lot.
I know, for our first task, incredible.
Trivial.
Oh boy.
Druid. What have you done?
What if
Is this the test?
I'm saying that we should listen to this cat? We've done this 4 times. Why is no one listening to me?
Because it's a cat,
4
sweetheart.
times.
Never the beast.
Did the cat tell you that, or are you seeding us with that information?
No, I'm not
Look at
seeing you
this.
with information. What?
Take out the arcane focus with the sign of the on it. This used to mean everything to me, and now it is meaningless. And here I am in the garb of some forest-dwelling swords person. I feel no connection to my god. The only thing I can assume is that another god is in the way, an intercessor that is blocking my access to the
I thought your outfit was great. Kind of reminded me of home, actually. I was
Yeah,
really
very
vibing on
stylish.
it.
Honestly, being a swords person is pretty close to what I think you should be in life.
Then, even more proof, you are remaking me in your image somehow. You have stolen my agency, and you've made me an avatar of this forest being.
Hey, do you have any
Excuse
proof? Do you have proof of this?
Only that I have pages of notes that I do not remember writing. Also, that since last night, this, which meant everything to me, now means nothing. And I feel a kinship with nature, and I don't know how I feel about it.
Evelyn has like a tear in her eye. She's like, "You feel separated from your God? That's horrible. We have to help."
Well, I mean, the nature stuff sounds great. I don't understand.
It feels good. It feels good.
It should feel good.
But it shouldn't feel good because that's not the God I wanted.
From the Gashapon machine.
Yeah.
well,
I think something's amiss here because I feel very connected to my God, praise Lathander, in all of his holy ways. However, I do feel something's amiss. I feel as though there's a tear in the eye of the Almighty, and maybe it has something to do with this 4 times or this separation.
I think you two are being over dramatic, and I think we need to get our jobs done. Maybe it was just maybe you both had weird dreams.
Sometimes when people say that you're being overdramatic, it's because they're not as in touch with their emotions.
Yes.
Oh, honey, I'll put you in touch with my emotions real quick.
Will you? I'd love to learn.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not allow her skullduggery to set us apart.
excuse me? You know, I was actually feeling some kind of kinship with you, but now,
The outfit.
hearing all this, I don't think that you're fit to wear that.
That's what I'm saying. And disrobe. But there's a lot of
Classic.
pieces, right? So it's like, that's all. I agree with you fully.
Here, hold on. Let's just say that it takes 8 minutes.
We're all just like,
And just laser eye contact.
By this, at this time, Propha and Audra are both behind the bar, watching this, and music has begun to play from the small stage by the pot-bellied stove.
There's also some, like, hold this, I'm sorry.
Just holding stuff.
Rosie's got a couple pieces.
Okay, fine. Listen, you all don't believe me about what the cat told me.
I do.
Thank you. Evelyn believes me.
She believes a lot of things.
I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna get more information out of this cat as soon as I get a chicken. So let's go do this, whatever it is.
Sorry, the cat is going to give you more information
Yeah.
when you give it a chicken?
Yeah,
Live or dead?
I don't think it cares, but I mean, like, maybe the chase is part of it, so maybe alive.
All right.
But we are gonna get more information when I get a chicken.
With some gear still on, I walk
Yeah.
to the front door and I just start, where's the chickens? Let's get some chickens. Straightforward.
I feel like 20 minutes ago, y'all had not lost your minds. And now, y'all have done straight up lost your minds.
I didn't
What is going on?
We need answers from this cat.
Exactly.
I agree.
This I would expect out of this one, but not you.
Maybe we could ask these people to whom I have not been introduced at the bar.
I guess. Prophet looks a lot like Omen, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But hair plus.
Like hair plus plus.
Hair plus plus.
We haven't
Okay.
seen Omen yet, though.
Hair
Yeah,
game.
but Rosie knows Omen.
Yeah. Hair game plus.
Yeah.
Hair Game Plus.
That's the implication.
I've always
from back
felt
in
like
the
I
day.
knew Omen.
True. I've seen him
Like
also.
deep down.
Yeah. We would recognize maybe some
Yeah,
family resemblance.
Profa leans forward on her elbows and sort of holds her fist in front of her and says, "How can I help?
Have I done this 4 times?
I've offered the rooms. I don't know what type of counseling I'm contractually obligated to, but knowing my son,
You're a mother, huh? Wow.
oh, she extends her hand and she says, "Prophetess drawn,"
Oh, it's.
but never, ever say prophetess.
I would never would.
Prophet's fine.
I never can.
Rafa, that sounds.
It's very long.
That sounds remarkable. You know, if you spoke of a son, and you sound like, you know, a mother who's been around the block a few times with this kid, and trust me, I can relate to this.
Yeah.
My son, Drebus, is just a nightmare.
But
half
the
the
name
time.
already, like,
It is.
I feel like you knew that when you named him. I feel like you knew it right away.
Well, in my family, they name themselves, but I mean that should tell
Really?
you a lot. Yes.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
you're going to learn a lot.
Anyway, this is going to sound a little unusual. but
Yes. Welcome to Red Larch.
Have we been here before?
What do you mean?
Have we been here before?
Like
No.
maybe 4 times?
However many times. No times.
No, 0. I would say this is the time.
So if I were to tell you that a cat had told us that we had been here 4 times, what would that mean to you?
I would say that life advice from cats is just a bad way to get started.
I just feel like
have
that's a
to
very
agree.
close-minded
Yes.
way to look at things.
She says you got to look at what a cat does all day,
A cat observes.
I've been saying.
and she looks down and she says a cat ain't such a much. You ain't
Cat.
such a much.
I like her. I like her.
She is embarrassed. She has forgot one detail of her ruse. And she is embarrassed. She's trying to turn us against this cat. I think you're correct.
Thank you. I am right.
Dude, this is nice callback.
It's you and your son are in league, responsible for this. Does
I
the test continue?
guarantee you that I am not in league with my son. Let me be clear on that point.
Where is your boy? Then we would speak with him. Have we not danced for his entertainment enough? Oh, ha ha ha. I will not be mocked in this way. I'm level 10, but he says it in a D&D way.
Yeah.
He says it like a real thing.
I personally would love to go out and earn my share, my quadrant of the leavings after Omen takes 60% of our 400 gold. I am in the market to make some money.
Test market.
No, Jerry, you told me I wasn't in the test market anymore. Damn it!
She says it's not always the case, but this time he left this team a cart. If that helps at all.
Hey, you know what? I think it just might. We've got to get out to the Somber Hills, which I believe are somewhere to the east of here.
Nope. She's got it.
Well, fine, but the cat's coming with us, and if I find a chicken, so help me, we're gonna get to the bottom of this.
I'm sure we'll find a chicken.
Thank you. Evelyn's the only one on my side.
This is-
you sometimes. Not you.
No, this is classic druid, classic warlock, classic paladin.
I just feel like that's very
BS.
stereotypy.
Well, she's older, so.
Oh.
You know how they get.
But thank you for not leading with the drow stuff.
Oh,
Appreciate it.
who cares about the drow
Usually
stuff?
that's what I get.
No, you're just some kind of esoteric lunatic without the drow stuff. It's impressive.
I would agree.
I just.
All right, cart money. That's why we went through the test market, right? Let's start making some cash here, friends.
I'm sure Lathander has me accompanying you for some reason, so sure, I'll come.
All right, sounds great. I like this one. You can bring your cat.
It's not my cat.
It's our cat.
I would posit, can anyone really own a cat? But sure.
I will own this cat. I will interrogate this cat.
Okay, well,
right.
good luck.
Team cat. We'll bring our cat. It's our cat now.
Okay.
That's what C-Team stands for, is cat. It's always been
Cat team.
Cat team.
Cat team.
Cat team. Now,
We need a new
Do we
symbol for
win?
like the whiskers.
Yeah. I have to start a new symbol.
Do we win because we figured it out?
yep, you win. No, it's not cat.
Hooray.
Bye, everybody.
It's not cat. No, just outside the door to the left is a not ramshackle yet not supreme cart house.
Okay. A carriage house.
Yes, exactly.
And is it open?
It is not open.
I open it.
Now it's open.
I look inside.
You see a cart.
Describe the cart.
The cart itself is largely unadorned,
Okay.
like a stained black.
Didn't ask what it wasn't.
Yeah.
I don't know about the cart.
Stained black. It looks like it might have had some other purpose, like a hearse type situation.
Okay.
It looks like it might have been got at a discount.
Okay. All right. So
The horse too
Oh.
looks as though it might have been got at a discount. Barely a horse. Does not quite elevate itself to horse standards. But it has the requisite legs, and that's got to be considered a blessing.
Requisite being how many?
It's got the 4. It's got the standard.
Okay.
That's okay. That horse looks tired. I'll bring Morning Glory. And then you see the most like anime morning cartoon, like Power Ranger, like, I choose you. Like Evelyn flies up and is shiny, and she summons her steed, Morning Glory.
And that takes 10 minutes?
Yes, but Chris Perkins usually lets me do it instantly.
Chris Perkins lets people do a lot of shit.
Because it's cool.
I'm not saying
I'd
it
watch
isn't.
her for a 10 minutes.
I'm
I'll
not
watch
saying
that
it.
for 10
I'm not
minutes.
saying it.
That's- I've no
I'm not
problem.
saying that it isn't cool. Can you sing a couple lines of your anime girl transition theme song?
That's a good question.
And then I will give it to you in a mere 5 seconds.
As the morning dawn rises, so do you, my horse friend. Morning Glory, I choose you. Come join us now for this adventure too. Morning Glory.
Holy
Oh my
shit.
god, that was
All right.
incredible.
The
It's
existing.
different every time.
The existing horse looks up weakly at this ultimate apex expression of equanimity and then looks back down.
No.
I take out my gun.
No. No. I go pat the horse. And I want to speak with animals.
Yes. Thank you.
Let
Yeah.
this horse know that it will be fed to the better horse.
This is real, right?
Yeah, only a horse like this can only eat weaker horses, surely.
I whisper in its ear very encouraging things about how it has worked so hard and it's obviously a very accomplished horse, and my poor horse Morning Glory just needs a chance to prove herself. And so would this horse mind if we, just for this time, had Morning Glory take us on this adventure while it gets some much deserved rest?
It turns its neck. It bats some flies away.
I kiss its little velvety
flies
nose.
that know their meal is soon. These are dedicated, enthusiastic flies, and they will not be driven away. They know it's happening.
You don't
Swat at them.
you want to put her out of her misery. She don't want to live like this.
And her lips flap and shift in your ear, and it says, "I'd like to ride in the cart."
Okay.
What? Who says this? The horse?
Yeah. The horse is going to ride in the cart. Put the horse before and inside the cart, as it were.
The horse doesn't get to ride in the cart.
Sure it does.
Where are you from where horses ride in carts?
Where are you from that they don't? You seem like a very prejudiced individual.
Yeah, I was not so different from this horse until recently. I'll move away.
The horse can have my seat. I'll just fly. It's fine.
All right. Holster.
Put the horse in the cart.
What's your name, sweet horse?
God, horses have to have their own cool names.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, exactly. No. It'll just be Two Shoe.
Tushu. How did you come upon such a name, Tushu?
It was given me.
As most names are. I feel like we have deeply bonded. I also have 2 shoes.
As you're suggesting this, she kneels down and gets a mouthful of dirt and gravel.
Evelyn kneels down and
Put her
Doesn't.
out of her misery.
no, she's coming with us.
And so she pulls the cart out, but just sideways in the road. It's just now no one can get either way.
I untie her from the cart and harness up Morning Glory, give her a pat, and then I lead 2 shoes around the back
Yeah. I follow.
and invite her to climb up in the cart.
Okay, so she gets about halfway in, and that's about all. She can't get much farther in than that. She can get a couple hooves, and then the front,
Yeah, I didn't think this part through, huh?
and then she's kind of stuck there.
I go grab a couple chairs from inside and bring them out for her to put her on.
She steps up on one of the chairs, and then she steps on the other chair, and then the hooves break through both chairs, and now the chairs are dead. Also,
Evelyn will not be deterred. She goes looking for some barrels, things in the
I know how to solve this problem. I look at
Oh,
the
do you have
whole-
like a shrinking spell?
I also know how to solve this problem.
I do. I can.
Get
And
a
I'll
little
fix
baby
it.
horse.
I'll fix it. I'll fix it right now. You're gonna love how fast I fix it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
is it Tim? Are you gonna have to sing a song about shrinking the horse?
No, you're gonna love this. Okay. Okay. Please make the horse make a wisdom saving throw, and beat a 17.
Beat a 17?
Beat a 17 with its wisdom.
I'm gonna
So
give
it'll get
that-
higher than a 17.
Higher than a 17.
This horse.
This horse.
2 shoes. Let's show some respect.
Yeah,
Two
that's not-
shoe.
Thank you.
It doesn't get higher.
It doesn't get higher?
So it doesn't beat.
Oh,
the save.
I thought you meant like it doesn't get higher. Then this 20 I roll.
Yeah.
Okay. I polymorph it into a chicken. No! And I say to the cat, I speak with animals and I say, quickly, get the chicken! Feast!
Let's see.
Well, I mean,
Okay.
if it turns into a chicken with 2 of its legs in the cart, is the chicken in the cart?
No. Now this chicken
Yeah.
is jumping around in the cart.
Okay.
And the cat rolled a 2 on its pounce.
Oh.
So now it is just feathers and a black shadow of a cat jumping all around inside the cart.
Oh, they're playing.
Close the cart door.
Close the door.
Close the door.
This will resolve itself.
Fantastic.
I should never have doubted you.
See? Through me, all things are possible. Just kidding.
And this was different from my solution. How exactly?
Because I'm fixing 2 problems.
Killing one bird
Now
with
it's
one
a
But
shot.
you know, as soon as the cat bites the chicken, it'll turn back into a horse.
Oh no.
Is that how polymorph works?
Yes.
If it takes damage.
The cart.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It takes 1 point of damage. So those fangs clamp down.
Oh no, until it drops to 0 hit points.
On that
which I'm
juicy
assuming
wing?
It would be 0.
Yeah, it's
really?
a chicken.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever killed a chicken? They have 1 hit point. Those fangs clamp down, and in an instant, the front and back of the cart explode out. Now there is a flat platform with a horse on it as though for show in a fair.
This is it dead?
Where's the cat?
But the polymorph, I mean, my understanding is that it polymorphs 1, now it's back in its full shape.
Full health.
The cat's just
No, that's
hanging
how-
from its rump, like.
That's how wild shape works.
That's how wild shape works.
Oh, for the morph.
Yeah, what happens with the
Oh, I see. Then
Oh,
it's just,
it assumes the hit points of its new form. So yes. All right.
that's
yes.
why you polymorph stuff, right?
I guess you're right.
Yeah, and so it just,
Yeah.
it explodes out, the cart explodes, and then
Yeah.
the horse lays flat in the on the platform. So, I mean, if you needed to drag it somewhere to a quarry or something like that, you got a great situation. You essentially have like the bottom part of a roller skate with a couple 1,000 pounds of horse on it.
I say to the cat, now that this has happened, I say,
It looks at you with the kind of betrayal only a cat can exhibit.
and I say, I did what you asked. I gave you a chicken. This is your fault. And I try and persuade it.
Okay, go ahead.
How was I to know there was a horse in there?
How was I to know? It was, I have a
So roll a
zero.
cat's insight.
thought
Try
I
to
had-
imagine what its plus is.
I thought I
chicken
had
had
a
eaten
lot
the
on
horse.
persuasion, but it turns out it's charisma, and well, it does
You
not
take
have that.
advantage.
Yeah, I'm gonna take advantage.
Avantage.
Avantage. It's a 4.
It's that walnut 4.
You're in the way of my god.
It's a 9. I do nothing. I'm sorry. I'm useless this game. I'm gonna stop doing stuff. Time's out.
Never.
You solved the puzzle. You solved the puzzles.
This has been legitimately just an incredible walnut episode so far.
Hell yeah.
And many to come. Many to come.
Okay,
Strong
so the cat,
start.
The cat's pissed. The cart's destroyed. I look at Rosie and I go, okay, now we can go on the mission.
Can I want to go back to the
You want to
horse.
resurrect the horse?
The horse isn't dead, right?
He's dead.
I think it assumes its hit points of the new thing.
No, it assumes
No.
the hit points of its old form, so it's you
Yeah.
were right.
Oh,
it's
I
at,
see.
It's alive.
Yeah, it
It's
only
alive.
took 1 hit point
Yeah,
of damage.
but it is laying down flat on this
Yeah,
cart.
so I want to go kneel.
And you have to understand that it was not a good horse to begin
Or
with.
a good cart.
No, it wasn't. But I'm gonna persuade it that it just had such a wonderful moment that it is going to tell stories of for years to come. Because what other horse has ridden in a cart in such spectacular fashion as this one?
Giving it like a
Besting-
pep speech?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
persuade it that it just had the best adventure and now it just wants to go rest in the stable
Yeah.
while we go on our mission.
Yeah.
Now it's
Let's
time
see
to
it.
rest.
Let's see it.
Its legs,
Jesus King.
its legs might be broken now.
But I have +9 to persuasion, so
That's-
that's a 16.
That's pretty good. That's a 2. All right. It with some great force, it is able to get up on that haunch, which is going to come up again later.
No.
And it begins to shimmy and sort of like shuffle off to the side. For a while, it's two hooves down and then 2 hooves up. Like it's assuming sort of a diagonal, like a horse ramp. And then eventually it's able to realize that this step for the back is very similar to the one that it did in the front, is able to accomplish that. And then you sort of see it shuffle into the cool darkness of the stable.
Evelyn gives it some reassuring pats as Two Shoes goes and says, "We'll always remember you, Two Shoes."
I don't think it's a good idea to get attached.
Shouldn't have given it a name.
Never want to give it a name.
I didn't
Everybody
give it a
knows this.
name.
So that is the situation. You have a really, really great front, like party in front. But I don't know what's going on in the back. I don't know what the term for it is.
Well, I'm not
The
driving.
cart?
Yeah,
The
I
cart
guess
still has a front.
It was a cart. Nah, I
It's
wouldn't
just a
say
platform
so.
on wheels now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's like a convertible. It's open air.
Did you say you weren't driving?
No, I'm
I
not
think
driving
that's
this thing.
Best at your advanced age.
It's okay. Morning Glory can drive. Just tell her where to go.
Well, that's great. That's great. I climb in the back, slam the door.
There's no door.
There's no, no. This is the best part. It has to be like this because remember, it's kicked out the front and the back. Most of the roof is stoved in.
Sure.
But you have gotten in the door and then closed the door, even though most of it is open.
Yep.
It's about the act.
Yep, it's a completely destroyed. You can clearly see my head poking up out of the debris. But I've slammed the door out of principle.
What's the state of the cat? I just want to get this information out of the cat.
The cat's mad at me and won't give me information until I get it a chicken. So, in 4 charges, I can get it a chicken, or you solve my problem.
Yeah.
You seem rich in charges of power.
Does this cat require a chicken, or would it accept any flesh?
I don't know. Let me ask it. And I say to the
hate you
cat,
so
I go, You crave meat for information, yes?
I am afraid of what your next attempt might bring.
And I say,
I am afraid of you.
I say, only food, friend. Only food for you in exchange for information.
The last food became so large.
I won't do that again, I promise. That was a mistake on my part, and don't tell them, but I was wrong.
Meow, 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 meow.
Yeah, all you hear is meow, meow.
Since I have Speak with Animals active, do I understand theirs, or does it have to be in my conversation?
It's, I think Speak with Animals, basically, if you have it and you're doing it, I think that it just allows you to communicate with beasts. I can't think of any reason why, if you were both had Speak with Animals, we're speaking the same animal, be like, oh, we got completely separate cat languages.
Okay, so I think
I think it allows you entree into the world of cats.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Evelyn can understand.
Oh yeah, she's hearing a real weird conversation.
I say to Cthulhu, I say, what do you have that we can feed this cat?
Only my own sweet meats, my own breads.
I don't think you need to feed it your body.
Not all of it, no. Of course not. Just part.
What part?
There is no other victual around.
You're already missing
The
your
problem
finger.
is unsolvable.
there was a deer.
There's a restaurant. 2 blocks.
They
two
brought the
seconds
dead
away from
deer.
here.
Yeah, we
Profa.
have
Resolve this with the cart.
Evelyn, while they're talking, she's literally just gonna walk off and go ask Profa if she can have
Well, yeah,
some of that deer.
as you walk in, there's like a moment's silence, and there's the sound of the lute being played over on the right. You can see the blonde woman with the lute, like looking at the strings and her hands in confusion, like trying to figure something out, trying to figure out a specific progression. And then as she thinks that she's gotten it, you hear like the loud sound of a cleaver hitting a board in the back. And then the song pauses, and then she starts it up again, and then the cleaver ends it again. And she says, I think I'm just going to wait.
Evelyn will poke her head in the back and be like, Profa, I'm Evelyn. I don't think we were properly introduced. Hi.
Hello.
May I please have some of that deer? Just raw, just whatever you don't want.
You're not picky?
No, I'm not gonna eat it. I just need some flesh.
She comes around the back, and in a bare hand, just hands you a pile of something.
Evelyn, look, is there like a bar
what?
rag or something around? Evelyn's trying to put it.
You could find.
She doesn't want to touch it.
You could find a rag.
Okay, she wraps it in a little parcel like that. Thank you, I really appreciate it. She walks out, and as she's going out the door, she's like, "You smell really good."
She winks.
And Evelyn walks out.
As you come back, you hear it's Cthulhu's kind of arguing with Walnut, like, it's gestural. It's about the rejection of the corporeal. I don't need to do. I'm going to do it. I'm just going to go.
Evelyn thrusts the meat at Walnut.
Fantastic. Walnut takes the meat and she goes, see, look at this. Problem solver number 1. This is great.
Yeah, and it's this bar towel is suffused. I mean, you could wring it out and feed this cat at this point.
Okay, and so I have the meat and it's dripping. And I look at the cat and I go,
These chops.
I go, now explain.
The cat says, It is not a chicken. A cat has standards. Ah!
It's a deer.
Ah!
What's wrong with a deer?
Ah!
I say,
It's trying with all of its vigor to maintain its cat bona fides.
Oh, I see.
And I say,
And it's just on its back, it's like standards, and it's like one paw reflexively reaching for the sack.
I mean, if you don't want any meat, we could take that away.
yeah, I guess we'll just take it. I mean, you could have it all and no one would know that you had it.
Especially just here in this cart by yourself.
The cat says, it must be eaten in secret.
Sure. We'll all turn away.
Do not look.
As soon as you tell me what you were talking about, tell me why we've been here 4 times.
He says, I don't know why. Oh, I think honestly, She says, I don't know why you keep coming back, and I don't know why you don't remember it.
I say, tell me something so I know you're telling the truth. One of those. That's really good. If I've been here 4 times, you must know me. Tell me something.
We are friends. You have paid me in the past.
That sounds like me. You've seen nothing else? You've seen nothing that would let me know that you're telling the truth?
Let's see. He says, place the meat.
I will place some of the meat, and I take a little giblet, and I put it on the ground.
So gross.
And she rolls over toward it, just like a log would, because it can't bring itself to paw over. Rolls over, and then hunches over the meat and says, "Turn away."
And then I say, the cat doesn't want you to watch it eat. It's part of the information
Oh
gathering.
my god. I cover my eyes.
Drow eyes. Close them.
It kneels down, pulls it up into like slurp, like a noodle, like pasta. You can just hear a wet sound on the other side. Whatever these portions are.
Have you ever heard of the cats who eat and they go?
Yeah, with a hound,
Yeah.
or like the faucet.
Yeah.
Onyx says, "I don't know why you don't know, and I don't know why I know." And it looks up and around at everything, and it says, "But I do not believe any of this."
Like this is all an illusion of some kind, like a dream?
What is a dream?
It's where you think something is real, but it turns out that you're just not actually physically there, just your thoughts are there.
You know, your sleepy time pictures.
Ah. Yes, this is, we cats call this daytime. I am familiar. I am familiar with this. It says, "I will agree to be your vizier in a way, your consultant. I will stay with you, and I will tell you if things are real or if they are not real."
Great. Honestly, that would be great because this is all very confusing.
Onyx says, "What is to be the signal?" For false things.
For false things,
For false things.
bite that one.
Yes.
You see me point to you and go,
Right.
"Meow, meow."
Yes, many secrets are being betrayed this day. This cat will serve us well.
And for true things, sit up like this. Yeah!
It tries to lean back on a haunch and show a little tooth in the front.
Evelyn
But
thinks
it's not.
this is so cute,
It's-
but she doesn't want to disrespect the cat, and she's like very regal.
That helps. That helps. That's a good part of the sales pitch.
So I look to Rosie, who doesn't believe us. Oh, I drop all the meat for the cat.
Yeah.
I look to Rosie, who doesn't believe us, and I go,
It takes the towel and brings it under the cart.
I now believe Rosie to be an agent of whatever is keeping me here for 4 times. And I say to Rosie, I go, "You're right, there was absolutely no information. It's just a cat."
I told you.
And then I look at Kithris and I just go, "No, it isn't."
Yeah, peculiar. I also believe this. Let us get our coins, which are
Yes.
important.
Let's go get our important coins. But the cat's coming with us because I've grown very fond of it.
And it does a trick.
And it does a trick.
2 tricks.
2 tricks?
Yeah.
All right. Cat can come.
Not 1 trick, but 2 tricks? Okay.
Onyx goes over and bites Kithris on the leg.
Whoa.
Oh, I gotta tell him that's bad. What did you see?
this one may not be real. I'm gonna say it's 50-50.
Which one?
The one you bit?
This one here, this tender one.
Oh.
Was the deer not the slake of this beast?
You did offer your flesh.
That was before. The guts.
He probably heard you.
Oh. Cats just do that sometimes. They bite when they're happy, when they're mad. You just gotta let them do it. Means she likes you. Does not mean that she likes you.
That wins them over.
That wins.
Oh, okay.
Evelyn, who is very bad at lying, is trying really hard just to keep her mouth shut while Walnut says all
figured.
this and go.
I figured.
She's not nodding or anything. She's just.
See? Evelyn is so embarrassed for me that I try to get information out of a cat.
Can I do like an insight check on these fools?
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
That's the Rosie thing.
Yeah, Rosie is definitely not sure that any of you are
Oof.
doing your
that'd be a
thing.
good
Okay,
one.
so that's a 17.
Okay, so
Oh, I can't go against it?
No, everybody can.
Yeah.
Are
please.
we deceptioning? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, this is on the deception.
Oh
tip.
no.
Oh no.
I don't know if I could go because I don't know anything.
No, you don't. No, you're just doing whatever you always
Right?
do.
Right, yeah.
No, these kids have been in the cookie jar.
Okay. I shake my head. No. What's going on between the two of you? You, tell me.
But she knows.
Walnut goes, don't do it, Evelyn. She's working against us.
What? I'm trying to get y'all paid. This is why we are here.
You're trying to keep us in this illusion.
Don't gasp. That's not a revelation. Of course I'm not. How would I do that? I'm this tall. I have no
See,
magic.
So prejudiced, even against herself.
I know, it's very sad. Let a little love in, Grandma.
I have to write to Omen. This is not going to work. I need a new team.
How could we like poke a hole in reality to find out if this is an illusion? You know about reality. How can we poke a hole in it?
It's a simple quest. It's like the most simple. It's just a dialogue quest. All we're doing is clicking on an NPC to get the dialogue thing.
This is some pretty meta content.
This babbling old woman. Senile. Has no idea what she's talking about.
Shadow Council, Mayor Labus, please you. Hey, we are going to go away, but only for a very brief time. Then we will return with more of whatever is happening over here.
Whatever the fuck.
Thank you so much. We'll be right back. Hello. Welcome back to Test C Teams. When last we saw our heroes, they had spent an hour and a half getting out the front door. And if that's going to be, I can turn this campaign around.
It's less than optimal.
You know what I mean? I'm into this
I've
callback.
heard that somewhere before.
I'm here for this. I heard a young person say that once. So now you have something, as I've suggested, a majestic celestial upper planar steed attached to what I have described before as the bottom part of a roller skate.
Yep.
That's the situation we have before us. There is a thoroughly exhausted, dozing in and out of consciousness cat resting on the flattest part of the cart. And that's the scenario we have before us.
All right, well, let's get in this car and go get the gold. Not figure out this horrible mystery laid out before us.
This quest came from Omen.
You're right. You know what? When you're right, you're right. All right, everybody, let's go get in the car.
So you're able to get the cart moving out east, past, and it doesn't appear to be in operation now, but just to the east and a little north of the town proper, there looks to be something like an old quarry. You can tell that a lot of at one point it must have been a big deal, but maybe these days that isn't really part of the town's identity. This road continues off fairly well managed near Red Larch, but the farther east you go on it, the less road-like and the more raw it becomes. Until after only a few hours passage, it achieves something of an elevated state of moving into something almost like cobble or something you'd expect to find in a purely urban context, but clearly designed to accept the comings and goings of a substantial amount of trade. You don't know that much about the Sumber Kingdoms. I mean, it's associated with the Desserin Valley. It's considered an up-and-comer. Ultimately, it was the, as I suggested before, the conglomeration of a variety of sort of smaller houses that had made their way out in this place, ultimately coming together under a single ruler that sort of manages the upper level affairs, like the economic and military identity of this shared nation. Ultimately, as I suggested before, the Sumber Hills, there's a kind of pattern to their arrangement, but curving between two of these hills to the north, you see something genuinely novel, and you don't know what the derivation of it is. It is clearly their castle. It's clearly their seat of power, but it looks somewhere between, if you had to say, this architecture is somewhere split between a castle and a gargantuan creature. So that as you pull around, you begin to see almost as though they've come into their full level of detail. As you get closer to this area, you're starting to see the kind of trade that would warrant roads of this quality. And it's almost as though the castle has kind of reared up, as though it has two massive paws out front to the right and left, and then up from what you would imagine would be shoulders, perhaps where like a sphinx's wings or something would be. There are towers that sort of rise up at strange angles, almost diagonals up off of the back. But it is gargantuan. It's easily the measure of castles you have seen, fortifications, but out here in these hills, it's absolutely remarkable. And its manufacture is stunning wherever it isn't alien and a little strange.
Before we, on the ride here,
Yeah.
I would have asked everybody, would you consent to a telepathic bond with me so that we can all converse non-verbally? It might be good for maintaining secrecy.
Yes. Yes.
Very well.
It's like at will, though, right? Because
Yeah,
like
it's
sometimes
the-
I want to talk to Lathander privately.
Yes. No, yeah, you have to make the effort.
Okay.
You have to start the call.
Okay.
Yes, but I take no responsibility for what goes on up there.
I also consent. The cat is asleep.
Can't consent.
I would ask the cat.
Wake the cat up.
Cat. Are you waking the cat up?
I can't speak its language, so no, I guess
I can
not.
ask. Excuse
Shake
me.
the cat. Wake it up.
Yeah, but I don't speak once it's awake. I'll just go, ah.
I can ask.
Oh, please.
Excuse me, cat friend. What was the cat's name? Onyx. Onyx. Do you consent to a telepathic bond?
What is telepathy? What is telepathy?
Do you consent to have? Do you consent to talk to that one in your head?
Absolutely not.
They say no.
They do so at their own peril.
God.
There's a couple lethargic swipes in his direction, the claws just barely poking out.
Okay.
And he rolls back over.
Round full belly.
And then as he rolls over, Josh, if you'd be so kind.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
She explodes.
You're covered in gore. No. She flips in an instant. Like a coin would be flipped flat on her belly. And then she growls low in her throat and pads over to you as though she is evading capture.
Okay.
And goes ham on your vestments.
Oh. I say, what's happening?
And she points her paw high up at one of these towers. And you see, as you're looking up at this odd angle, sort of creeping up, you can almost see, it's like the esophagus of this thing, like an organic extension of a creature. And for a second, you don't see a castle at all.
Okay.
You see a monster.
Okay.
Like it's like a monster that hides as architecture, like in plain sight. And as though a sparrow, you can see for a moment inside one of these protrusions, one of these extensions on the back, and you get a glimpse inside. You can see a stair going down, and then a few more flaps of the sparrow's wings as it descends in, and you can see a fountain in the very center of the room. And you can see yourself, and you can see Rosie Beestinger trying to drag someone that you don't fully recognize away from a door. And you see a dragonborn, perhaps 6-7 feet in height, collapsed, like almost smashed into the ground by a vision of some kind, just flattened out. Thanks, Josh.
Oh. I shake my head and I go,
And then you shake your head and open your eyes, and you see what you saw before. The other interpretation is there, but it's like a magic eye thing. Now it looks like the cart is driving into something's mouth.
I go, stop! The cart! My God!
Evelyn's like, hold up, Morning Glory. You mean Lathander? Your god Lathander?
No.
Would you like me to dedicate you to his service? I
Not-
can do that ceremony if you want.
Not the second. That is a monster. We are driving into a monster, and I was shown a vision of us at a fountain, you and me. Nobody else was there. And something bad was happening. But it happened in that thing.
What is going on with you people today?
Did
This
the
is
cat tell you this?
No, I just saw it.
Should we verify it with the cat?
The cat did sidle up to you, and then you got very upset about this building.
No, it was a vision or a memory or something.
Something's going on here with memories. I feel like I have the tips of a lot of memories that I can't figure out either. So as usual, I believe you.
Thank you. Again,
You're welcome.
someone.
I have heard that sometimes when elves reach a certain age,
Oh boy.
trancing becomes more of like a psychedelic experience. Maybe that's what's happening to you?
No, I was in full consciousness, And that is a monster, and we are riding right into it.
Sweetie, that's a castle.
No, it's a mouth. Right here is a mouth.
Looking at it, do we see, like, it just looks like
It looks like
stonework, or-
it looks like an architectural choice, a decision. By the same token, there's a case to be made for these limbs out front, for this massive, strange gate in the front that, the business of a nation is traveling through. Maybe it's a metaphor. I mean, who knows?
People like that with gates a lot.
What do you suggest that we do?
I don't know. Because my vision wasn't bad per se, but I saw myself be very distressed. And I don't want it to come to pass. And you weren't there. And you weren't there. So something awful must have happened to both of you.
Or maybe because we're here, it won't happen.
Yes, maybe you journeyed in with this crazy one and bested whatever was inside, but it is having us return to do another task.
Oh.
Also, I'm sorry, you're just aged.
That's right, I am.
You're saying that maybe we've been here before.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, if we've been here before and we survived it, maybe we'll get some answers. And then I go, yeah, okay, let's drive into that monster's mouth.
Yay! Into the monster's mouth, morning glory!
Rosie 100% just thinks that you think all cities are monsters because you're a wood elf.
Yeah. It's like it's figurative, but it's also a literal.
Sure, I mean, I understand. It's a wonderful metaphor.
As you approach the gate on what you're eventually able to determine is the left side, there's a lot going in and out, and it becomes clear after too long that you're in the wrong part.
Whoops.
Yeah, it happens.
Make way.
Yes.
You tell him.
So emboldened.
Yeah. This feels good.
So once you're able to pull up quick to get with him, on the left side, there is a mailed and helmeted guard with a pike of novel geometric manufacture who asks what your business is in the Somber Kingdoms.
Well, thank you for asking. I self-importantly stand up, dust myself off.
You used to stand up even then,
It's not
on the
much.
cart though, but the cart's giving you that buff, that buff.
I'm almost face height with him. We are summoned here on official business, and I bust out the scroll with the AI symbol on it.
Okay. He reaches out to get it, and something on the scroll is enough to make his grip on it loosen. And so he sort of like juggles it in midair very briefly, rolls it back up and says, "Ma'am, this way." And he reaches back with a circular motion, and a horse comes out, a speckled hail beast of the Appaloosa variety. Just because I know you want it.
I do.
And leads you out alongside. This is clearly a war footing for this horse. The saddle itself is almost is designed like a weapon rack. Either you're to be armed from it, but it has multiple spears on the left side, pointed back, and then bows on the other side with something like a drum of arrows.
Cool. And is it escorting the cart now?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Like right out front, waiting for you to follow behind.
Okay. Should we arm ourselves from this horse? What's the...
What's the vibe?
Yeah.
But the vibe, I mean,
one.
you're seeing plenty of traditional commerce come through, but you get a suspicion possibly about what they want consulting on.
Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, I got. Do we have all of our inventory equipment from before? Okay, so I got the staff of the master.
Yeah.
And I pull it closer to me, but I don't. I'm just letting Morning Glory lead us behind this horse.
Yeah, you're going to do well. My understanding is it's a very powerful horse.
Morning Glory is very interested in the other horse.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, there's definitely a lot to like here. This is a hale country horse.
Describe the rump.
Which one? The rump?
Yeah.
Ample. Yeah.
Morning Glory agrees with them.
Well, I was just going to say, but I mean, we could be talking about a sort of, it's like, oh, I'm a Celestia horse, you're like a country horse. Like, there's kind of a will they, won't they sort of.
There's a definite chemistry.
Yeah.
But they're worlds apart.
Yeah. It's going to be, obviously it's going to be a challenge in the campaign going forward.
Right.
I mean, I can already see the fan art. So you are led deeper into this, and Walnut, you can't, it's very, very difficult to shake the feeling that you are traveling through a gullet. These tunnels sort of like get down very low, and there's multiple rows of these, possibly to protect against siege, possibly just whatever the interior structure of this. The castle gets stranger the farther in, but inside the beast proper, by which I mean castle, there is less and less evidence of the Somber Hills and the outside world. It's as though this architecture dragged its way up from under the ground and then just rested there.
Is there anything on the walls? Any inscriptions? Any livery of any kind?
Yeah. Do you want to?
I will investigate.
Go as hard as you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna take advantage if I may.
We like to say awantage.
New campaign, new role.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a 23, and that's less than 23.
23.
Nice.
So tell me how you're doing it so that I can adjudicate it correctly.
So this is just a visual. I'm admiring the construction of this thing, wondering how it resembles a creature, because I don't think I've ever seen anything built like this. Is there, and I'm looking for like decoration on the walls, carvings into the walls, to see like what's the purpose of this structure? Was it built this way? Was it found?
So the closer you get, so it's like, but right now, so do you? It'd be so perfect. So, are you stepping off of the cart as it's being led in to go look at it? Is this like a Cathris?
Is the cart moving? What speed are we moving at?
Yeah, I mean, you're inside the city. Obviously, there's that sort of blood flow of commerce that's occurring. So it could be that you could jump off in the same that like when traffic is slow, you can like stretch your legs for a second before dad will let you come back in, type thing.
Yeah.
So you could literally, as though drawn by some force, step off, examine some of this.
No, I will.
And come back in.
I'll do that because whatever waits at the end of this is so disinteresting to Chris. Like, there's no reason to be involved with Acq Inc. at this point. I got everything I want back.
That's right.
I use the bond. I say, I'll catch up.
Yeah.
And I just jump off.
Absolutely. So it's in the same way that like there's stonework that has a geometric or puzzle type quality. This is somewhere in there, but the edges are more rounded, so that it's almost like you might see on the surface of a leaf or maybe a cross section of bone. The idea that these exist in a kind of coherent structure that's defined by a mathematics. This is just for him.
I know.
It's just for him. I
know. I'm thinking about other things.
Yeah.
That's where I go.
Gotta do laundry later.
That's what I was thinking about. While processing this.
Yeah, exactly.
Do I get the sense so it's like
Your roll is very good. So you just keep telling me how you're looking at it, and I will keep telling you what you get.
So I'm looking at these seams. Is
Yeah.
it in common terms? It's like styrofoam, or like a cell structure.
Yes, exactly.
So
It's
these things have been.
exactly
So I have.
grown, not built.
Yeah. So I have a lot of reason to think that this is not. Yeah, this wasn't constructed. This was like found and this is pretty cool. Let's set up shop inside
Yeah,
of this.
an individual. On an individual portion of this, an individual brick shape. For some part of you keeps expecting it to have writing or some kind of inscription, but it isn't until you look at 3 or 4 of them together that you see the information. And it looks like a name.
What is this name?
The name is, I'll spell it for you. L-A-L-A-I hyphen P-U-Y.
Okay, I fought one of these in Monster Hunter.
Oh yeah, they have all kinds of this. Oh yeah, it's that's a fucking bird.
Yeah. Do I know this name, this phrase?
It's
I mean, I could do like a religion or a history or a.
none of that would work. But you know that it's in there. You know that it's a part. You know that name is part of a coherent system.
Okay. So I'm gonna start to trot after the cart, and
So as you're trotting after,
Yeah.
you can't help but notice another name.
ooh,
This name is 148,
oh, so it's numerics, yeah. All right.
but it's written out as 140 and 8.
Oh, interesting.
It's for your purpose.
So yeah, and I don't recognize what these are, but I know that they're not made obvious.
No. It's meta. It's like steganography almost. It's like a piece of information that's only there in the aggregate.
Okay. I will contact everybody on this line and say, well, you were right. This building was once alive.
See, I told you, we got to get out of here. This is suicide.
Well, just because it was once alive doesn't mean it's alive now.
No, we're in a mouth. This is wrong.
You're both right.
If it's any comfort to you, Morning Glory sniffs the air a few times. A breeze has changed. Some new information coming in to the snoot. Your lead horse walks left up another gate is opened, and the group and its lead travels up something like a very organic shell-like shape, where once you've traveled up, then it sort of circles around and goes to an upper, like the upper layer of the wall, and something like the extensions you saw at the front, those angled towers, but more sturdy and profound in their construction, near the haunch, is
Castle term.
yeah, exactly. This is all dork stuff. So
Yeah.
you know,
Flying hunch.
yeah, right. And so
Wow.
you are led from here to a gate that looks as though it was sort of built into an existing structure. Okay. But this is clearly banded wood. This is like a siege-proof door.
Rosie and Walnut are still bickering
Yes.
about whether or not this is a mouth as we continue up and up and up. And I say, well, if you think we're in a creature, let's just ask it. Hey, are you a creature? Rosie yells.
Well, that's ridiculous.
You were talking to a cat earlier. You were taking life advice from a cat.
Okay.
The guards near the banded wooden door share a glance with each other, and then look back.
So I'm going to take that as a no.
I don't hear anything.
I can talk to beasts, not whatever this is.
Well, you said it was a beast.
It's a monster.
Well, that's a little judgy.
Okay, you're projecting, but all right. Man, this is not going to work out. I got to write the omen.
Try it.
Fine. I use speak with animals, and I go, please tell me you're not alive. Are you dead? Tell me you're dead. Don't say anything.
Nothing can say, but give me the body language. I just want to see the scene.
Blink once if you're a monster.
Yeah, she's like, no. Yes? No. Don't tell me.
Yeah.
Okay. And she shrinks into herself. She's like, it didn't say anything. So
See?
it's not a beast.
The two doors open, and people are coming out to tend your horse, but they're like looking to the driver about what they should do. They raise their hands up in the internationally recognized sign of surrender.
She likes oats and apples and cake.
Right. He nods a few times, sends a few people away, but there's a place to leave the cart here to the right of the entrance.
Watch the cart, Morning Glory, and the cat.
Does the cat come with, or
No.
just
For our
knocked out?
purpose, does Morning Glory abide a saddle?
Yeah.
So Onyx will curl up on the saddle.
Aww.
Because we want that type of iconography. So you are led through a succession of either entryways or intestines.
This is bad. This is so bad.
They're just hallways. Look, when I touch the wall, it's just stone.
It gives. It's so soft, like meat. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't touch that.
It's all gross. We don't want any part of this.
Perhaps we're going to meet the last living part of this creature and consult on putting it out of its misery.
Rosie takes out her gun.
Time is soon.
Don't be time. The farther in you get, it goes from periods of light and darkness as you pass through the sconces, arriving ultimately at a place lit with much more natural light. Strange, almost like a stained glass type decorations along the side, which can't help but give one the sensation of an organic nature. It's stained glass in the same way that like a dragonfly's wing might represent
tasteful.
a kind of transparent.
Does it feel like a church?
It feels sacred to somebody. Its arrangement. This definitely feels like the most intentional place here so far. What you see is a long table, perhaps 40 feet in length and 20 feet wide, like a massive feast hall table, except there isn't a single morsel on any inch of it. And there is a throne, but are you, like, if I was to say library ladder, are we all on the same page?
Yep.
Yeah.
Imagine that the throne is affixed to this table in the same way that a library ladder might be, so that it can, the person seated there, and there is someone seated in this throne, an elderly gentleman, no crown, a robe that would look nice on someone who noticed they were wearing clothes at all, but nothing attracts his attention in the same way that this table does. And he just pushes himself, and the throne glides like a roller coaster car around the table at all times. And when he finds something that he must must observe, must fiddle with, must perfect. He rests there for a while, and he can reach down and lift up the table. And when he does so, it is extended vertically, and it is as though you can see the contents of that portion of the table in multiple layers. So it's like he extends that part of what looks from the top to be something like a relief map, a topographical map. But the terrain does not ring a bell, even to you, Rosie. What terrain this is modeling or mapping is not clear. And a woman emerges from a door sort of behind this throne room to greet you. And she says, this is King Gaylor, though to meet with him is to meet with me.
You are Sybil Lath.
I am.
I wave the scroll at her. We're here.
She says, perfect. She says, the Summer Kingdoms are at war, though he knows it not. Are you amused by something, Mr. Drob?
Yes.
Thank you. So, around she goes to the side windows, and she can push them so that they are oriented sideways, and you can look out beyond it. And then she as she does this, she waits, and then she says, "There." And as she points out, you can see glistening egg-like meteors that land from time to time, like a shooting star almost, that land in portions of the Somber Hills, plant themselves, and then you can see things even at a distance freeing themselves from the craters, and then making the Somber Hills their home.
Like in a cute way, like they're putting up tents, or
Look close.
I look close.
Oh, you I think you have a spyglass, right?
You have an eye patch.
I have a cartographer's kit, which
Oh, it definitely has.
may contain.
I mean,
a
as
spyglass.
we know
Right.
from the official guide, right there.
Right. Okay.
Do it.
Okay. What do you want?
This is just perception. I'm just going to give you advantage.
Oh, thank you. Okay, that's an 11, and that's a 9, so that's going to be a total of 13.
Okay. What you see hatch from this soil is nonsensical in its construction. It does not play by the rules that living things play by.
Okay.
It is a central eye around which cartwheels at first it seems like 3, but every time you look at one of them, it splits.
Oh,
And every time you look at those, it splits.
what are they? Those?
These are whip-like flagella
Okay.
tendrils that reach out and are almost, they seem to be bladed and serrated. And each time you look at it, as I've suggested, it like splits into 2. And then as you are watching these split and move, you can see that central gleaming sphere sort of glint toward you as you are looking at it.
Yikes! I put the spyglass down immediately. And I asked the Lath, what the hell are those?
She says, that is what he can't stop. And she looks back toward him, dutifully, perfectly, thoroughly arranging the table.
Okay.
And she says, these entities, these creatures, the children of Hastur, are not interested in his table. They are not impressed with its arrangement. They do not even know enough of mortal life to be amused by it.
What do you expect that Acquisitions Incorporated can do for you, Sybil?
She says, we need a plan. And we need a plan from outside this frame of reference.
Okay.
What do I know of Hastur?
She looks out the window and she says, I asked for the best. Who did I get?
Well, we've been on a lot of adventures, ma'am. Safe to say that we've always left things a little better than we found them.
Is that safe to say?
I don't remember. And I look at Sybil and I go, do you know me? Do I look familiar to you?
The
Oh boy, okay.
the cat, Onyx, bites Cathrissa's ankle.
Oh,
And I go, this is all bad. This is all bad. And I say to the
yes.
cat, and I go, what's fake here? Is it all fake?
still a cat.
Yes.
Still meowing.
Sybil, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that this is happening. This is a greatly embarrassing moment for our company.
yes, the cat does not speak common, and we must consult with her.
Yeah, Onyx.
No.
Onyx says, she is the least real thing here.
Can I, as soon as the cat says that, can I divine sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, do it.
Okay, because you guys are like on the cat party line.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just gonna be like, good kitty.
Actually, so your divine sense. Okay, yeah, I'm so pleased.
Good.
Welcome.
Oh, thanks.
So
My pleasure.
so the divine sense, your awareness down to very minute details on multiple layers of consciousness creeps out to the edge, and when it hits the edge of this room, it continues, and it is as though you stop seeing the walls, and just outside this rectangle, your awareness of the room changes. You see, this is a split second, you see yourself in that amethyst cathedral, except that where the king is, oriented in this space, that king is on the far left side of that chain of divine prisons.
And he's in one of the prisons.
On the far left.
Okay.
You just see that he represents that in this space. And you can see the rest of that. And then, almost like echolocation, when that divine sense returns to you, everything manifests itself back up, as though it's like being hastily rebuilt.
Okay. And in that moment, do I remember that amethyst place?
Yes.
You are so right. This is not this. This is not
Yes.
this. I meow, meow, meow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We speak to animals to each other.
Dude, this has to be the thing. I'm sorry, this has to be the
It
thing.
has to be. And I say, "You're absolutely right." And I pull out my sword, and then I go, "When did I get this sword?"
It's just an instinct.
Yeah,
Right?
like I pull out the sword, and then I say, because my last memory is having a regular scimitar, and now I have this green thing
Yeah.
that just popped out.
Green flame.
And I say, "When did I get this sword?" And then I go, "She's not real." And I point it at her, and I take a step towards her, and I
Okay.
see what Rosie does.
Just so we're all clear, I just watched the two of you meow at each other. You pulled out a sword. Are you still meowing?
No, now I'm
Okay.
Now I'm saying she's not real.
Where'd I get this sword? She's not real. After a bout of meow meows.
Yes. No, I'm fully
No,
aware.
I'm just making sure for those of you keeping track at home that what Rosie's about to do makes a lot of sense
Okay.
for her.
Sybil Lath moves, glides almost over to your side
Okay.
and says, I need to speak to the fucking adults.
Listen, I know.
Are you her?
I am the only one that is qualified to be called an adult currently. Yes. I don't know what's happening. There might be something in the water here.
Evelyn rummages through her pockets to see if she can find the pieces of the amethyst that she grabbed when she was
Yes.
Oh.
That's great. So dig for him.
What?
This is perception. It's just where you're just going to use the tips of your fingers.
Okay, I'm going to use advantage.
Oh, you
Use
can.
my
Yay!
triangles.
On my show.
It's either 11 or 11.
Which one?
Maybe
I choose 11.
That's perfect.
I was going to grant a reroll if you want.
Yeah, I mean, they're not the same.
So they are completely separate. Here, let's try it.
Yeah, do it.
Do it. Roll
Reroll.
again.
Sick. I like this show.
Nope. It was almost
You
13.
shitter. Now,
But your perception's good, right?
Yeah, my
exactly.
perception's very good.
So what is it with an 11?
No, it's not very good. It's +1.
That's not enough.
12.
Okay, so you're seeing this happen. You just saw this this new like in a fighting game, like this new challenger.
Mm-hmm.
You just saw her glide over to this,
What?
malevolent creature in their cosmology.
At least a little bit prejudiced.
exactly. A little,
you know.
And so you are like. It's like when you're trying to find something in your purse, but you have to have it right now. And it's like, this is happening, you're like, ah. So I'll let you try it again here in a second.
Okay.
I think in the meantime, though,
Yeah, exactly. So
Chris has also
and I feel like this is,
drawn their sword
yeah.
and just like, meow, meow.
Siddle says,
Just deal with me.
I only need one of you.
You got me. What do you need? I'm here. I'm the only one not meowing.
Don't listen to her.
A wall begins to slowly erupt from the ground and then replace itself. And at different parts in the chamber, this sort of like jagged sawtoothed edge begins to apportion the room into designated areas. She says, you have to understand what I'm up against here.
Please.
He is very, very, very good at doing what he does, which is arrange his little thing, make sure everything is looking the way it's supposed to.
Sure. Okay.
I'm not saying it's not important.
Okay.
Do you understand?
It's not. You're not saying it's not important.
I respect it.
She respects it. Got it?
Thank you. Someone understands.
Yep.
Do another search.
Get it.
I'm going to start walking over to that table with the sword trained.
I'm gonna advantage this again. This is important.
We
this
say
is
a
the truth.
montage on this show.
Oh,
That's a joke. Don't actually. Ooh,
okay.
that's good.
Looking better.
13.
Hey,
Okay,
Hey.
16.
we're moving in the right direction. You get a handful of them, and they poke. Oh, you'd almost certainly have mail gauntlets.
Yeah.
So you're like raking through this bag, and you're like, I don't have them. And when you pull it out, there's like a few stuck to the inside of the plates.
And she's like, oh, it was all true. And then she shoves it in the face of the Sybil.
I don't know what it is,
What?
but I believe her.
Exactly. So
She puts it in Sybil's
as
face.
she does this, as she pushes this out, she is pushing it out impossibly slowly
Oh,
toward you.
okay.
And she says, we just need a second. This won't take long. I'll handle that.
Are they all moving slow?
Oh, so slow.
Okay.
She's like, finally somebody I can talk to about this.
Yeah. What?
For the podcast.
Everyone is very slow. Now, obviously, the Shadow Council in the channel, they know perfectly well how slow these weirdos are going. So
They're going so slow.
this is what she says. She says, I recognize that this has to happen, and I understand that it has to happen.
Right.
But if those fucking things get in here, it won't matter how nicely he's arranged the table.
Right. So
Right?
why don't you? Why can
He
you not tell him
needs
this?
me to do what I do,
Which is,
fix shit.
all right. I'm with you.
All right?
What do you need me for?
The entire room begins to swim and fade,
Okay.
and the group is standing, all four of you, in an amethyst cathedral.
Ooh.
And the other three of them have continued to move very, very slowly. And a voice sort of fills the space. And it says, finally, someone who understands my position.
Sybil? Is that you?
On the far right side of this prison chain that you see, it flashes bright. A clean, holy, pure, golden light
Nice.
that erupts from the prison in both directions and hits you like a solid wave of hope. And you are pushed out of this, away from all of this, completely outside the temple altogether. And give me a insight check.
Inside, that'll be 18.
Lathander does not want you there.
Sorry, peace.
Shadow Council, Mayor Labors, please. Can't wait to see you next game. We're having a lot of fun. At least I hope. I'm having a lot of fun. That's the main thing. That's what it's really all about, isn't it? Can't wait for some table talk here at the end. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.